Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a special guest who is from Brazil, and we are going to interview him and ask some questions about learning languages and about his interest in Armenia. If you're interested, keep watching this video.
I've been studying Armenian for a while, and was like my greatest chance, and I had to take it since I had the chance to come to Armenia. So I really like Armenia, and I think this place is very full of history. I can breathe the history, right? So as a historian, so for me everything here is quite of chilling in a good way, to be honest. So because every corner I get, I feel a piece of history, like a living history. So I really like Armenia. I think Armenia is like it's like the apple of my eye.
What about Armenian food?
Well, that's a good question. You know, since I got to Armenia, I became addict to tan. So I drink like 3 tons every day. That's not something that we sell in Brazil. You can find in Brazil, but only in Armenian restaurants. And those Armenian restaurants are only in São Paulo, and they actually call it by a different name. But I became addict to tan. I drink like 3 bottles of tan every day. It's like the best thing on earth. But if there's something that I really like, dolmas. I really like dolmas. I think all the process and it's not only about the taste, but all the process. It's the kind of thing that you look at and you feel that that's like a caring process about making the food. I mean, and to be honest, I think that's perhaps that's a generic answer, but I love lavash. I ate lavash with nothing. I mean, just lavash, and lavash is so good because you can eat lavash with everything. So
We also do. We eat
Yeah.
it with nothing, actually.
yeah, and it feeds you very well. So but I think that about Armenian food, if you want something more elaborate, I like spas with tan, spas the soup,
Spas.
and dolmas. I think it's a perfect combination. And as a dessert, a tan.
Do you like the weather here? Because in Brazil, I guess it's very hot.
Yeah, it's hot. In the south, it's not that hot. In the winters in south may be very severe, but not the way it is here. I mean, it hardly ever snows in the south of Brazil during winter. I think it's not something common to see. So I like winter. I mean, I never faced such a harsh winter. But it's not as strong as I thought it would be. Perhaps it will be in the next days, but I'm managing pretty well. Of course, I had to buy some extra clothes because I wasn't prepared with my Brazilian clothes. But the south of Brazil, the part my family comes from, is actually a place where it's colder. But from the south up, everything is way more hot, and so yes, it's kind of a different perspective. But I like the weather here. I think it's comfortable, and but of course, everything is comfortable if you have some clothes to warm you up. Right?
Daniel, as my channel is about learning languages mostly, and you know 4 or 5 languages, may I ask you to share your methods of learning languages? What kind of methods do you use? How do you work on your pronunciation, etc.?
Okay. I don't have a specific method on learning languages, but I think curiosity is the most important thing. I mean, you have to feel urged to learn the language. You have to feel interest. Once you feel interest, I think everything becomes easier. But I am the kind of person that needs to write down everything I learn. So a good method that I think I can call it as a method would be going to listen to a song perhaps and try to understand these sounds, only these sounds, the way it's pronounced, and try to write down the sounds or the phones that you actually capture from that song, and then you can actually compare to a transcription, to a literal translation, or to a literal typing of that song. So that would be a good method. But also you can learn from scratch. And today apps can give you like a shortcut to learn languages. But I personally like this method of I go to some song, for instance, or some piece of culture that I really like, but I don't really understand. And I try to listen to it and try reading about it in the native language, and try to write down the sounds, the phonetically speaking, in words, the way I understand. So I would advise this method to the people that want to learn different languages.
So do you like Armenian music and Armenian songs?
Yes, I like Armenian music.
Can you list something?
There is one that is very famous that I like. It's Aravot. I think it's famous because there's different versions of that song. But right now I'm trying to learn how to sing Sardarabad. And that's very famous. I mean, like.
But
So
I guess you know part of it and you can sing it.
I
for
know,
us.
like the last part of it. That's like the last line, which is let me look into my files and serun el dug zejana chek Sardarabad. It's something like that, right?
Yeah.
Not that accurate, but something like
Yeah,
that.
it's close to that song.